Hello, everyone.
Hey, everybody.
We are super excited to be here with you today. We're going to be talking about the three questions to ask yourself so that you can maximize your effectiveness.
Yep.
As you're hopping on, please drop where it is you're coming in from so we can give you a shout out if we have not met before.
I'm Tim Graff.
And I am Becky Graff. And you guys, we help home business entrepreneurs leverage powerful internet strategies so that you can create the perfect lifestyle business.
Yep.
Okay, and what we're talking about today is actually one of those things that allows you to create a lot of leverage and movement in your business. However, there are a couple questions you need to ask yourself to make sure that you're really maximizing what you're doing so that you can get the full leverage of your efforts, okay?
Yeah, because a lot of times in our business, we may find ourselves simply just going through the motions.
If that's ever been you, let me know.
Yeah.
I'm curious if that's ever been
Drop
you.
us a 1 in the comments. If you guys ever find yourselves, our audience is used to seeing, us post a couple times a day, 2 to 3 times a day. We're used to going live this amount of times a week or something like that. And so you find yourself just simply doing that particular task just because that's what they're used to seeing, right? You just putting it out there.
Just something, right?
Yep.
You're hoping that you're going to put out something and it's going to stick, or are you taking the time to be very intentional about what it is that you're putting out there? Is there a purpose behind it, or is it just, I've got to have a motivational quote today,
or is it just another check mark?
Okay. Well, and seriously, ask yourself this question because we're guilty of it.
Yep.
We're guilty of it.
Yep.
We are all guilty of getting into a habit of normalcy, right? Okay, we just got to get something out there. Just need to get something out. I don't know what I'm doing right now. I'm super stressed. I've got a lot on my plate. So I'm just going to get something out.
Yep.
Now, where something is better than nothing, you're going to have a lot more mileage if you're very intentional about what it is that you are creating.
Yep.
What is it that you're putting out on your page? What is the content that you're giving in your Facebook Lives? How does it relate together? And how are you going to use it to leverage what you're doing in your business moving forward, okay? So, question number 1 to ask yourself, you guys, is what you're posting engaging? Is it educational or is it entertaining?
Yep.
Does it fit into one of those 3 criterias? Okay.
Because on social media, what do we come to social media for?
People do not come to social media to be sold to.
Nope.
They don't come to social media to join a new business.
Nope.
Okay? They don't come to social media for those purposes. Hello. Hey, Alexis. Thanks for hopping on. Okay? They come to be educated, they come to be entertained, and they come to be empowered. And to connect with people.
To learn something, right?
Yeah, and also to connect with people, to make connections. That's the purpose of social media. Okay? So if you're doing some sort of social marketing, you've got to make sure that you are serving the market, the people on the platform, with the content that they're looking for, which is primarily education, entertainment, and also a connection, right?
Yeah.
To feel empowered, to feel part of something. That is, Facebook is moving more towards groups and groups of people who are having high interaction because they want to service their clients. Facebook wants to service their clients with content that is relevant to them, that is going to enhance their user experience.
Exactly.
Okay?
It's a social platform. And Facebook, if you're, particularly using Facebook, Facebook is the largest social media platform.
Yep.
And so their focus is on what is going to be more social, what is going to be more engaging on our platform, and that is their number 1 focus.
And keep in mind, you guys, Facebook owns Instagram.
Yep.
Okay, they own WhatsApp. They own a lot of these other ones, and they're after more.
They're actually looking to purchase more.
For the largest group of people, for you to do your social marketing, it is a prime opportunity because of the tools, things that you have to leverage. However, you need to make sure that you are playing within their rules and serving the clientele that is on the platform with what they want, which leads us into question number 2. Is your content relevant?
Yep.
Is it relevant to your audience? Is it relevant to your target market?
Yep.
Have you taken the time to figure out what your target market is? Okay, that's another question to ask yourself. That's a bonus question.
Yep.
Because what's really important is that as you're speaking and you're creating your content, making sure that it's educating, entertaining, that you're making connections, okay, that is valuable, that people want to interact with it, you have to ask yourself, is it relevant for my niche?
Is it relevant for the other thing is Facebook or whatever platform you're using, okay, they have different things on that particular platform that they focus on.
Hey, Whit,
right?
Thanks for hopping on.
Like, for instance, Facebook is really focused on Facebook Lives, Okay.
Stories.
And stories right now. So you need to make sure that where you're posting your content is on those particular things that platform is focused on, right?
Yeah.
So are you using their relevant tool that is going to get the most engagement, that is going to put it in front, Facebook's going to put it in front of the most eyeballs.
For example, with Facebook, okay, it used to be that it was all about the newsfeed.
Yep.
Everything was all about the newsfeed. However, it is switched over more to stories.
Right.
Okay, there's more features for stories. You can add music to your stories. There's all sorts of things because they live for 24 hours and they disappear. So moving your content to more story-based, relevant, in the moment, high-paced, fast-acting action now is more relevant to the platform and to the people that are using it than it is a lot of posts.
Yeah, so
you can
ask
still
yourself.
do both, but what is your ratio? Where is your focus?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so ask yourself what is the current, what is
Trend.
currently working, on that particular platform, right? And also, you guys, to go along with your content being relevant, is it relevant to what's going on in the world? You know, if there is something going on that is big in the news or that is, a big entertaining thing that's going, we come back to education, we come back to that entertaining, right? Or lifting somebody up, educating them and empowering them. Okay, what's going on? Ask yourself, if there's something out there that is the most educational right now that's going on, or the most entertaining.
Right now, there is a huge tropical storm that's headed towards Florida, for example.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you aware of what's going on in the world? Are you relevant to what's happening, and then being able to relate it to your audience?
Right.
And again, share your thoughts on different things. Right. This is where you get to polarize people. Right.
Mm-hmm.
You're gaining the people who know, like, and trust you, who want to be part of your brand and your tribe, and you're also repelling people. Being able to use current events, things that are relevant in your business, also giving the education that makes sense for your niche, okay, basically based on what you're servicing your people with, that is going to be relevant, highly consumable, highly interactive content.
Right.
Which brings us into question number 3,
Yep.
you guys, is what are your audience's pains and struggles?
Yep.
Have you taken some time to figure out, one, who your target market is?
Yep.
And
that bonus
two,
question that she
right?
mentioned earlier.
And
so it
two,
kind of ties in right here.
two with that is, what are they struggling with? What kind of solutions? What are they wanting to learn about? Okay?
Because remember, the content that you're creating it for them, right? You want to attract them to you. So the thing is you want to make sure that you're not just focused on what your pains and struggles are, what you're dealing with. You need to make sure you're speaking to them. So make sure you're, one, you know who that target market is.
Very essential that you know who you're speaking to.
And find out what their pains and struggles, the things that they would be dealing with, and speak to that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's not saying that you don't give your take on...
Or share your story if
right,
there's overlap.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Share your story with that pain and struggle. Or, give your take on that particular issue. That is what helps brand you and help you stand out among the crowd.
And that's where you become the tour guide, not the expert, the guru, because you're sharing your story, your journey, as it relates to what they're dealing with. Again, this comes back to relevant too, right?
Yeah.
It used to be that nobody built online. Okay, now everybody is attempting to build online.
Yeah.
And if that is what you're doing and you're servicing your people with that information,
right,
and you're attempting to build a marketing business online, what is it that your people are struggling with? What can you help educate them on? Okay? What is that? And have you taken the time to do some research? Because you guys, no business goes anywhere unless you have some research and you have understanding of who your market is.
Yep.
Who is it that you're targeting for your message, right?
Right, and make sure as you're creating these posts or you're doing lives or whatever content that you're putting out there around their pains, their struggles, the things that they're dealing with, make sure you tie in emotion. Okay.
Cannot stress emotion enough.
Emotion is huge because we are emotional creatures.
We do not purchase logically most of the time.
Yeah, we're emotional.
It might be an emotional thought that prompts it, and then even if you're doing your due diligence, right? There's a level of emotion that goes into that. People connect to emotion.
Yep.
They connect to marketing. Think about all the things that you gravitate towards that you see either you're listening to on the radio, or you're seeing on social media, you're seeing in the news, you're seeing on TV, all these different places where you're inundated with marketing. What are the ones that stand out most to you? And what feelings are you feeling when you see that?
Right.
Okay.
You guys, we actually, on our Facebook story every morning, or at least to the best of my ability, we put an emotional word of the day, right? a lot of that purpose behind putting that on there is simply because we become more familiar with the different emotions and the different feelings that we have, right? So we're putting that out there to hopefully help you guys get in touch more with your emotions. Because again, to not stress this enough, you want to make sure that you're tying into that emotional piece. Make sure you are putting that emotional attachment into the content that you're creating. Yes. Because that is what connects whatever it is you're writing, whatever it is you're putting out there with the people that you're speaking to.
And a lot of times also the second half to that is we stay very, very general with our emotions.
Right.
We're happy, sad, mad, glad.
Yep.
That's pretty much the barometer of how most people interact with their emotions. However, we have dictionaries full of emotional words that we feel, right? But we don't necessarily cue into what that might be. So when you're doing your Facebook Lives, when you're doing your content, if you have a larger emotional vocabulary, you are able to write to your audience or speak to your audience in a much more connective way.
Exactly.
And
it
have
just
a
drives
deeper
home
impact.
that connection. Yeah, exactly.
So that's the purpose behind those
so being a
stories
lot more specific about what it is you're feeling.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you guys, in everything that you do on your page, any of your marketing, the goal is to get as interactive as possible.
Exactly.
Okay. The more interaction that you have, the more Facebook loves you, the more that they show your
Again,
stuff
it's
to
that
other
social
people.
platform, right?
Yep. And
it's all about creating that engagement, and that is what they are going to show to more people. Is the posts and the content that is getting the most engagement, right?
Yes. And they're driving for authentic connections and engagement.
Exactly.
That is the purpose behind everything that is being done as far as Facebook as a platform. They're driving the human connection and the human engagement. So anything that you're putting out there, ask yourself those questions that we talked about. Is it educating? Is it entertaining? Is it allowing people to connect more? Is it content that is relevant, and is it addressing a pain or a struggle of my target market? Okay, and then encourage engagement around it.
Encourage that engagement.
Okay, ask questions, get people involved. We want to know what's going on in your world so that we have these, the conversations happening. Okay,
because I don't know if you guys have noticed, but when your posts and the content that you're putting out there, the ones that get the most engagement, usually continue to get that engagement. Right? Engagement breeds engagement.
Yep. It feeds the algorithm.
Yep, and it feeds Facebook's algorithm or the platform's algorithm, okay, which also in turn puts your content in front of the people that want to see it, and more people.
Yes.
So if you encourage the engagement, you're going to get more engagement, which in turn breeds more engagement, which feeds the algorithm, which is just one big snowball that keeps growing and growing and going.
And as you become more and more intentional about what you're posting, you'll see that increase.
Exactly.
Okay? So that's what we wanted to hop on and share with you guys tonight. Appreciate you being on. Thank you so much. Alexis, appreciate your comments and all the hearts and loves that are coming through. Appreciate you guys.
We appreciate you hopping on. Everybody else that we've kind of seen some people popping on through here. Thank you for hopping on and saying hi.
Yes. And you guys, remember, be curious, be bold, take action, and remember it's choice, not chance, that shapes your life.
Yep.
Talk
Take
to
care.
you soon.
Bye-bye.